guys, Rick Shaw here on the 2nd of March 2022, and we have a very nice day, a little bit breezy right now. Had to get the old fuzzy muff out. It was a little bit too breezy for the other microphone, but we're having a beautiful day. Talked to my bro yesterday, and we had a nice long conversation. First time in a good while. I was really glad to talk to him. But one of the things we ran into was on my phone, the way the YouTube pages come up, it's different than on the computer. So he could not find the description. So I was talking to my buddy Tim Dezak. He was online at the time, and he was able to open up his computer. And bro, what you do is you go underneath the title. There'll be the whole picture of the of my page, and then kind of left to center you're going to go down from the title, and it'll say a few lines of stuff, and then when you get down the bottom it'll say show more. Click on that, and that's where you'll find the description, and you can find the links and stuff like that. So that was pretty cool, and I thank you Tim. I really appreciate you helping me on that. So another funny thing that happened, my wife bought rice, and instead of buying it in the bag like I would do it at the store, you know, where you can see where it's coming from and it's got a brand and a tag, whatever, she buys it from these bins at these little markets. Well, over the last month since we bought this last big thing of rice, every time I ate it, I got a stomach ache. I didn't know what was causing my stomach ache, but I'd get this horrible stomach ache. And then I thought, well, what am I eating doing this? And it was the rice. Every time I ate the rice, I got this horrible stomach ache. So don't know what was up with the rice, but just to confirm my suspicions on the rice, our little doggie, we don't like to give her a lot of table scraps or anything like that, but I do like to give her egg and stuff like that, and there was a little bit of rice, and she's eaten it before. This rice here, we had a little bit of egg left over because Maddie don't like the yellow part of it. Nobody wanted to finish it. I didn't. I was full, so we threw that on there, and there was a little spot of rice. She cleaned up that plate, cleaned everything off there, but wouldn't touch that rice. You know, so I'm thinking there's something up with some of the rice you get here in this country. But it did make me sick. Didn't make my wife or kids sick, but it sure did make me sick. So watch out for that. Some of these bins too, where they get the rice, you don't know what you're getting. You don't know if you're getting that dang gray rice that they sell. You know, not very good. But I've been keeping an eye on this thing over in Ukraine, and a lot of information coming out. You know, somebody sent me some stuff on Putin. He's been saying all the way back, I think it was 2015, 2016, about the stuff in Ukraine, and he's been saying, hey, you know, you guys got to get out of there. He knew about it. He was a KGB guy, and his intelligence people knew about what was going on there, the billions being funneled through there, and you know, he's been saying, hey, you guys got to get the heck out of there. And the way it looks like now, the media is packaging this, you know, for consumption. You know what I mean? Because there's so much stuff coming out right now. One of the sites I have, and I put it on the Telegram page, one of the sites I had, this guy, he's kind of like a fact checker type on our side, you know, on the other side of the ultra liberals, you might say. Well, he was going through all the stuff that they're putting on CNN and all this stuff, and going through some of the pictures, and they're old stock stuff from other things. So, you know, not all of it that you see is true. Then there's coming out reports that this Zelensky guy, he's putting some of his stuff on top of buildings, and that's the target. You know, so there's gonna be collateral damage if you do stuff like that. Plus, some of the people that are there are coming out and saying he's shooting at his own people to make it look like Putin. Now, is this true or not? I'm just putting it out there. This is just something I saw. You can go on Telegram and look at it yourself. You know, so but some people, you know, they buy the narrative. Personally, myself, when it comes to mainstream news media, I just don't trust them anymore, guys. And when it also comes to who's backing all this? The Clintons, Obama, Pelosi, Biden, all, these people are the same bad actors forever, And when they start wanting something, I start looking at it with the jaundiced eye, guys. I'm like, nah, I don't think so. Let's stay over here, puppy. Truck coming. Oh, he's not turning. Okay. Yeah, they did them stupid speed bumps up here going through town, and they still got it blocked off. They painted the dang thing days ago, and they still got the whole road blocked off. I don't really want to go that way because of all the it's a severe speed bump. Maddie and I were on the bicycles yesterday and took a look at it, and they're serious humps. Why they do stuff like that? But I said this before. If you took all the speed bumps in the entire world, it would only be about a tenth of what they have here. Philippines is the speed bump capital of the world, and they make some draconian speed bumps here. We have a shortcut into town. We found it, and it would be a great way to go. It's just you go through about 35 speed bumps. When we used to go up to Emus for doing the court stuff, I counted 37 speed bumps. We could only go so far. We didn't have the car then, and we could only go so far on the jeepney, and then we got to this like mall, and then we would have to take the only thing that would get to the courthouse was a tricycle, and it was absolutely ridiculous. It's just ridiculous, the speed. It wasn't far to go. It was only like 10, 12 pesos for the tricycle ride, so that tells you that's not very far. But 37 damn bumps that we had to go over, and some of them were ridiculous, and then the cars, some of these lowered cars, they got an angle at a 45-degree angle to go over, otherwise they're going to rip the whole undercarriage out. This is what they do here, guys. This is just what you're going to get, and if you don't want one, they'll make sure they'll put two. That's just what they do. There's a nice little puppy. A little scary puppy, though, with the tail. I hate to see a pup with its tail curled underneath its back when they're young, because they're too scary. She didn't do that. My little baby girl didn't do that. She was a little bit nervous and shaky. Come on. All right, buddy. That's a nice little pup, though. Come on, Shakes. Get your hair down. She got hairs on the back of her up. I don't know if you can see that. Come on. Hey! Let's go! Come on. Yeah, it's a cute little puppy. I've been seeing him around. Sad thing is, a lot of these workers will come in here and they'll get a puppy or something like that, and then when they leave, they just leave them here. They leave them to run the neighborhood and fend for themselves. There's a lady up at that house my wife likes, the 3-story over there. She's feeding some dogs. I said, those your dogs or whatever? No, those were left by workers, and I just feed them because I feel bad for them. They're not mine. And it's a shame that people do that. And they're beautiful dogs. They're not mean. They're actually pretty friendly. The one of them, I actually pet him. I can go up and pet him. He's pretty cool. The other one's a little scary. He stays away. He'll stay at least 20 feet away from you. He just keeps moving off. And it's a shame. But ever since I got Shakes, the other one, I can pet him. He's a real nice and friendly dog. And I just wish people wouldn't dump them like that. That's just, you get a dog, you got to take care of them. What are they going to do next if they get a kid they don't like? Dump him? I just don't understand the mentality on that. But dogs here are not the same as dogs in the U.S. I don't know why they're treated. We got this guy up here. He's got this most beautiful black shepherd. It is so antisocial now. You can't go by there without it just barking so loud it hurts your eardrums. If it ever gets out, it's going to do serious damage. It's to me, it's a menace. That dog is a stupid menace. Now, yet some neighbor can complain about a worker in here that goes through too fast and he gets 2 speed bumps. But if I complained about the menace dog, nothing would ever get done. Come on. It's just the way that goes. Morning. There he is. Come on, baby. But that thing, I'm afraid if it ever gets out. I went by there one day, and their gate was open, and that enclosure he's in, if he gets out of that and goes through that gate, it's just going to be horrible. He's when he was a pup, he was a little bit friendly, but he's been so, he's just locked up in that cage all the time, and they get antisocial. It's like when you put a human in solitary confinement, they go nutty. They wind up going nutty. Everybody knows that. And that's what happens to these dogs, Now, we got that one dog up there, Boner, every time we go by there. He's been chained to that stupid box, and all they feed him is their food garbage from the kitchen. He's nothing but a garbage disposal, but I pet him because he's a nice dog. I would have loved to get a dog like that when he was a pup, because he's just a beautiful, friendly dog, and I just don't get it. He's basically a garbage disposal for these people, and this is how they're treated here. Lots of them, a lot of dogs are just treated this way, and it's a real shame. But there's our garbage dump we live in. This is don't forget, this is our Demeter land. This is how they run their show, guys. This is Demeter Land Development and Land Corporation. You can look them up online. Yeah, that's how you do it. Let's go ahead and I spent a lot of money. I bought this little house, and I'm just hoping to live the dream, and I get to live in a slum because of these people. This is just what they do here. Know this, guys. Just know this when you come here, even if it's a premier builder. Our water is still iffy. We don't know if we're going to get pressure or not. We went up to I went up to the lady, and I'm not getting mad at her or nothing like that. It's just I go in there and say, hey, we're out of water, and she's like, oh, I said, when's it gonna be fixed? And according to her, it is fixed. So if this is fixed, guys, there you can just call me Mr. Stinky, because I'm so sick of taking these damn tabo baths with cold water or hauling hot water into the buckets in there. Just ridiculous. Just absolutely ridiculous. But this is what you'll get. Our house is we do like our little house, and the kids do. It's not real big, but it's nice and cozy. We got Granny here visiting us, which is kind of nice. We're going to be going this week, and we were talking about Friday. My wife was talking about it, staying overnight to a resort. She found one that she really likes, and from the pictures, I was like, yeah, that looks pretty good. She's watching it on the TV. And then the ocean, what I worry about with the kids is there's places where the ocean goes out and it's only tops up to your knee. And then all of a sudden you drop off to where it's 20 feet deep. I don't like that with the kids. I hate to see them get sucked out in something like that. There's places we've been to where you can walk out a quarter of a mile and it's still flat. And when it comes to the water, they're going to stay pretty close to me. I don't want my little kids drowning. I wish we could have been out more and had them swimming a lot more than they are, because we're an island nation, and they just never got the swimming training and got to see the other kids. We go over to, when we were taking the boats the one time. You got coins. You're up on the third deck of this big ship getting ready for your trip, and you toss the coins into the water, and these kids dive in. It's real clear all the way to the bottom, and it's good. It's deep. It's real deep. And I'll throw them way away from the kids, so they got to go way down to the bottom and get it. But I always throw them a 10 peso or something. And boy, those kids like little fish. And then they'll climb up the boat all the way up to the top and then dive off of that. And that's what I'd love to see my kids doing that. I just would love it. But this convid, the thing that really gets me is, and it's a realization you guys got to get through your heads. My son Geronimo, half of his life he's been under this. He's been under this damn thing that their big experiment, or their trial run, you might call it. That could be what it is. And it's like, it didn't help anything. It didn't really help anything. I always seen flus, they last a few months and then they're done. And then you go to the next year and you got another year of flu. They took this flu and they made it last all the way for a couple years now. And the funny thing is, the people who don't have TVs, think about this for a minute. You go down to these like Catholic charities places and you talk to these people who run these shows for the homeless. You see all these homeless up around San Francisco and all that. They don't get it. And I figured out why. I may be the first person on the world because I have the same exact doctorate as Bill Gates. So I'm eligible to talk about this very seriously. And I know why all these homeless people don't catch COVID. It's because they don't have a TV. They're giving you the COVID through the TV straight into your brain. Okay, guys? So that's me. That's me coming from you from the same school. I went to the same school as Bill Gates to earn my medical degree. So that's just so you know. And but I just feel bad for these kids, for us guys. I'm 60 something now, and this is just a small time. It's a small part of life. But for these kids, look at Geronimo. It's half of his life already, and Dorothy and Maddie. And they're not backing off. Yeah, I see this thing right now where, we're down to level 1. Why the hell aren't we at level 0 already? Quit testing people. Just quit. Just knock off the tests and just be done with this is what I say. I'm getting so sick of it. And so are a lot of people. It has to be because of money. The only reason they're keeping this up. The numbers just aren't there. The numbers we all know now, the numbers were fudged in the beginning. Hospitals were getting money for saying they had them. And the stupid one here where the dude gets crashed on his motorcycle and they tested the dead guy, said he had it, and then told his wife, sorry, you can't have the body back unless you give us $60,000. Come on. This is a money thing. And personally, it's a little bit... It's getting a little old and tiring. They just need to knock it off. But maybe because elections coming here, it's going to be like the Christmas reprieve, and we're going to get a break from all this baloney. But who knows? After the election, who knows what's going to happen? Who's going to take the helm, and what are they going to do? And that's the bad thing. But you look at other countries in the world; they're dropping all this stuff. And now they're so benevolent and so wonderful, we're down to level 1. Ooh, it should be level 0. Level 0. Guys, turn off your TV and quit watching it. They still show the numbers on there, the COVID numbers. Why they have that scare tactic up all the time. And I see it on different news things, even on Sky News and Rebel from Canada. They'll still have these numbers that pop up, and it's like, aren't you done with it? It's like playing an old fiddle. Time to get a new one. Let's can't they? And you can't change the channel. You can't change the channel on this. I did see some stuff from. I'm glad they're starting to report what's happening to the poor folks down in Australia with this catastrophic flooding. Just really terrible. I've seen stores where you can just barely see the roof. Think of all the supply chain damage that's going to do, because a lot of things in the store were just ruined. They're no good no more, all underwater. And man, that's a real shame for those people. Not only they got a government that's down their throats, now they got the weather. But I do think they do modify the weather in places. That's something I believe in. I just saw a dang thing on, who knows, could be CGI, you never know. But I saw a thing where directed energy, they're doing it in a volcano to try to get the thing going. And then I also seen in California, when they have these wildfires, and you see just certain houses burned out, but not the trees around them and stuff. Selective burning. I think that's directed energy. They've had that. There's plenty of pictures of planes that have that. we're into the ray guns now. Get your tinfoil hats, guys. But you look at a lot of those pictures that they're showing of those fires, especially drone footage of them, how selective it is that they're just getting rid of the houses. I personally don't know why people would build California. I've seen houses built over the cliff, and they're building them in these places that are just going to burn. You don't out there. You get a fire started out in California, they just seem to want to burn. But how come on that whole section there of California, it seems to only be in California, and they got the same terrain as some states around them, but just them burn? What are their governors allowing that other governors are just saying no? I wish some of these governors in the states would grow a pair and just say no. Be an American and a patriot. But too many of them are just taking the money. You look at Newsom. He's Pelosi's boy. You know what I mean? Nephew or whatever the heck he is. And those guys are all in on it. They're all these people. They've been in politics for so long. They don't know anything else, and they think they're going to live forever. And they want as many billions as they can get. And I still believe this Ukraine thing is just a huge money laundering operation. And that's why there's such a big fight for it. Some people say, you're a nut, you're a nut. Well, something, this nut here, I've had people been calling me a nut ever since the channel started, when I started getting a little bit political, and these conspiracy theories that I had, so many of them came true. So how long is it going to be before we find out? Now I just seen Putin. He wants to release the stuff he got. He got down there in Ukraine. He got some information on 9/11, and he's unless they back off, he's threatening of releasing that. Boy, I wish he'd just do it. I wish he would just release that. But he's got satellite stuff on that, and if he's threatening that, and you see it going any other way than against him, then you'll know. Look at my beautiful baby. She got her nice hat on today, huh? We got her a nice one of those hats too. Hold still. It's got a little. There you go. There you go. But that's my thoughts on a lot of things going on. You guys can chime in there and let me know what you think. Just the stuff that's going on. To me, I'm not buying a lot of the news media. Even some of the stuff I see on Telegram, I don't even post it because I just don't buy it. I still don't get this Q crap and the dude with the weird white face mask thing, and oh yeah, blah blah blah, and oh, next week Trump will be back next week. And then I just seen Trump flip-flop too. First he was, Putin's a smart guy, blah blah blah. Now, what's he doing in there? So he did a switcheroo. So watch what people do. Watch what they do, and you'll start seeing who they are, and watch who they hang with. And I don't know. You can't help but hang with a lot of these people when you're high up in power, and you're gonna have times with them. But I seen him with Trudeau, where he wouldn't even shake his hand, but yet you see him shaking hands with Santa Claus, and he's the one who's not going to bring you anything for Christmas, and you'll be happy. All right, guys, this is Rick Shaw out.